know some of y'all ain't gonna agree with this. Some of y'all may not understand this, but here you go. We talking about turning the other cheek, right? So about 10 years ago, you know what I mean, I was walking on my way to school, and I used to have this big necklace on, this thick necklace on my neck. It should pop up right there in a minute. You feel me? And one day I get home, I get off the bus, and I'm walking on my way home, and I notice as I'm walking, and it's crazy because I'm like around the corner from my house, right? So these dudes must have been plotting and watching me each and every day as I'm going to and from school, because the timing was too perfect, right? So as I get a block away from my house, I notice they hit a U-turn. And if you from the streets, I ain't no street dude or none of that, but if you grew up in the hood or whatever, you know once you see that U-turn, you already know what time it is. So when they hit that U-turn and I noticed, I already knew what they wanted. So gave it to them, right? Now the chain was fake. Okay, it was already fading. The gold was already falling off of it. It was silver and gold. You understand me? So I gave it to him, bam, bam. What was crazy was one of the dudes, they was barefaced. One of the dudes I actually went to middle school with, right? So I get home, like, yeah. I get home, and what else was crazy was one of my homies was sitting on the porch waiting for me to get home. So as I'm telling him what just happened, he's like, what? Nah, where we standing at was by my grandmother's room window. She had the window open. I didn't know she was in there. She overheard, bam, bam. She made a phone call, bam, bam. You know what I mean? And my peoples pulled up. Like, bam, bam. My peoples pulled up. Go in the room, and I still got I was going to school for medical assistant, so I still got my nursing uniform on. And I get in the house, you know what I mean, checking me, make sure I'm good. Like, I gave it to him, you know what I mean? I ain't about to get beat for nothing fake, first of all, you get what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, whatever would have happened. So I realized it got real when I heard the gun being loaded. You know what I mean? So my mind like, oh snap, okay. So my homie wanted to go, but he was like, nah, tell your homie to go home. So if y'all from Miami, y'all know about 15th Avenue. I told him, I said, I know where the dudes be at. You feel me? So we roll up to 15th Avenue. The store next to Miracle. Pull up directly in front of the store. You feel me? So we get there. I'm just sitting there. I got the windows up behind the tent. So I noticed one of the dudes, and this is the first dude I see. I noticed one of the dudes. So my peoples who I'm in the car with pointed across the street. Like, you see that car over there? I got my peoples in that car, they ready too. So I'm like, oh, I ain't never been in nothing like this, you heard me? So it's about to, I already know, in my mind, it's about to get real. In my mind, I'm like, man, hey. So I noticed one of the dudes, and what I did was I rolled the window down so he could see me. I never told my people this story. I rolled my window down so he could see me. I remember I had on the exact same thing. And once I rolled the window down so he could see me, he had got up out of there. I spared him. You get what I'm saying? Bam. So, okay. Now, I never told my people that I saw the dude, right? Now, fast forward, maybe, I would say a year later, I had done came up a little bit. Remember, I was on the bus. Now I got me a little scooter situation, you feel me? So on ride, I got my sister on the back. So we ride, we cut through, bam, bam. And I noticed the dude I went to middle school with, he was living in an abandoned house. That's dude number 2. So I'm like, I just looked at him and smiled like, that's crazy. You feel me? Now, fast forward, maybe another year or 2 later, I'm in this group called Lost City Boys, right? So we go to the studio. I ain't gonna say what studio we was in. We go to the studio, we in there chilling, recording, vibing out. And walks in the 3rd dude. So I tap my boy, one of my boys. I'm like, yo, that's the dude such and such. You feel me? He said, what? Man, he tapped my other boy. Like, hey, man, blah. He said, you feel me? Just that robbed him or whatever. So, boy pulled me to the side. He said, what you want to do? I got that thing on me. What you want to do? I got to use my head. Like, nah, don't worry about it. Let all them boys slide. You feel me? And look at me now. If I would have made the wrong move in any of them situations, first of all, I probably wouldn't have made it past the first situation because guns was involved. And I have no idea what would have happened if I would have got out of that car. And I thank God that I would never know what would have happened. Turn the other cheek is about retaliation. It doesn't make you soft. None of that. It's about not being revengeful, not retaliating because of what others do to you. Because if I would have did anything to those guys, my life would have went in a total different direction. Now I have a beautiful family, a good job, a SUV. Feel me? From riding on the bus to an SUV, you heard me? I got a nice little small circle, nice support system to keep me level-headed, to keep me grounded, and reading my word and studying and praying. Now, if I would have did the wrong thing, if I would have retaliated, my life would have went in. It's no telling where I could have been. I could have probably still been doing time right now. But God is good. He gave me a mind to think, just like He gave you a mind to think. It ain't worth it. Retaliation is not worth it. One of the most used scriptures is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. The key word is all things. That includes abstinence. That includes no drug usage. That includes repenting. That includes forgiving people for what they did. That includes not retaliating. All things. Stop talking about what you can't do. You heard me? Because you can do it through Christ, who gives you the strength. Keys.